Assalamu alaikum students. Hopefully all of you are fine. In the last week we did a synopsis of the almost all of the tenses so that you can be able to attempt the question of translation for the preparation of your final examinations. This lecture is in fact the continuation or extension of that series of tenses that we are doing. Let's start our today's lesson. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will do present continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense and present perfect continuous tense, right? We will start with the present continuous tense. You can see on the formulas written for the construction of sentence structure of present continuous tense. Girls, I have told you earlier in the previous lectures that the formula for the structure of English language is subject, verb and object, and verb in some cases takes the helping verb and in some cases it doesn't. Like right now we are talking about the present continuous tense in its affirmative case. Now you can say, what does affirmative mean? Positive sentences. What does affirmative mean? Positive sentences of present continuous tense. We take the formula for making a sentence is subject, helping verb, verb plus ing form, that is first form of the verb plus ing, which is called fourth form of the verb, which is called fourth form of the verb, right? This is what that I told you earlier. And then object, and then obviously full stop. Which helping verb present continuous tense takes? That is, am, and are, right? Is used for the singulars, am is used for the first person pronoun, that is I, and are is used for the plural nouns or subject, right? Then example is, she is stitching a beautiful dress. Here is a helping verb. Stitching is the first form of the verb plus the addition of ing. She is subject and beautiful dress is an object, right? In the negative sentences we add not in the helping verb plus verb, right? In the formation of the negative tense of the present continuous tense or any other tense in general, we add not between the helping verb and the main verb, right? Then the example is, he is not peeling the potato. And in the interrogative sentences, what does interrogative mean? Such sentences in which any question is asked. Okay, in interrogative sentences of the present continuous tense, we bring helping verb at the start, then subject, then first form of the verb plus the addition of ing, object, and then question mark. Question mark, again and again I am telling you that question mark is as much necessary part of the interrogative sentences as the full stop at the end of the sentence. Are they going to mark it in such conditions? Question mark, right? Hopefully you understood it. Now coming to the next slide, that is present perfect tense. Here again you will see the same formula that is applied that we have applied on the present sorry, that we have applied on the present continuous tense. We applied the same formula. We will apply the same formula on the present perfect tense. Here in the affirmative form, we will take affirmative, that is positive case. We will take subject and helping verb plus third form of the verb. Now in present perfect tense, in present continuous tense, you took which helping verb? That was is, am, are. In the present perfect tense you have helping verb, that is has and have, plus third form of the verb and then object. He has eaten the watermelon. In the negative sentence you add not in the helping verb plus third form of the verb, that is she has not taken the medicine. And in the interrogative sentence you bring helping verb in the start, then subject, third form of the verb and object. Now girls, What is the difference between present continuous tense and present perfect tense? It's again the helping verb. In present continuous you used is, am, are, and in present perfect tense you use has, have, and third form of the verb. Now this you can make it as a rule. This is in general the rule of the English language, that has, have, and when we will go to the past, had, these three will take the third form of the verb, right? Wherever you will use has, have, had as a helping verb, you will use third form of the verb. Has, have, had can be used as possessive pronouns, but in that case you will not use the third form of the verb. Wherever has, have, and had are used as helping verbs, you will use third form of the verb. And in the interrogative sentences, definitely you will bring helping verb in the start, then subject, then third form of the verb, and then object, and then question mark, right? This will be the formula. Now coming to the present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous is the same formula that you applied in the previous three tenses, that was present indefinite, present perfect, and present continuous, and now present perfect continuous. Now here present perfect continuous is in fact the combination of perfect and continuous, right? In the affirmative sentences, affirmative again, that is positive sentences, you have subject, then helping verb, verb, object, and here in this particular sentence you have a addition of mention of time in the sentence. Like in the present perfect continuous tense, it is must that time will be mentioned in the sentence in any case. Like in the what are the helping verb that we will use in present perfect continuous? That is has been, and have been. These will be what? These will be the helping verbs, right? Helping verbs. What will be these? These will be the helping verbs. Now a helping verbs be has been and have been. Again you know, you use has for he, she, it, and you use have for I, we, they, and you, right? And mention of time will be there, since and for, and plus mention of the time. We will have its example soon. She has been sitting on this bench since morning, right? In the negative sentence you use not between helping verb and main verb, right? Here you must know, okay, because here the helping verb is the combination of two words, that is why you will place not between the words of helping verb. Has not been, right? Have not been. Here the helping verb will be placed between the helping verb. Why? Because helping verb is a combination of two words, that is why not will be placed between has and been, then verb, then object, then since and for, plus time. He has not been residing in this house for 10 years. In the interrogative sentences, you bring has and have in, or the helping verb in the start of the sentence, then subject, that not, then been, then verb, that object, and since and for. Now here girls, what confuses the student most is the use of since and for. Here sometimes students are confused that where since will be used and where for will be used. This is a very simple formula. For example, you should remember this ray for the use of since, and for you should remember this line. What does it mean? It means that in the use of since you will come to know that time has started from somewhere but it has not ended yet, right? It is continuing, it is going on. For example, since morning, right? It means okay, the rain has started since morning and it is still going on. You are not know when it is going to end. You know the one end point of the time in since, and you do not know about the second end point of the time. For example, they have been living in this house since 1980. It means कि you know the start of the time, that is 1980, but you do not know the end of the time. That is why you have placed since in this sentence. And for is a period. This is the period of time, right? This is the period of time. It can be 1 second or 2 second, 3 second. For example, I have been eating this pancake for 10 seconds, right? And it can be the mentioning of centuries. For example, I have been studying in this college for 5 years. 5 years is a complete duration of time, like it is a period of time. You know its start, you know its end, although you do not know to which time it belongs, but even then this is a period of time. Now this is all about the perfect continuous tense. Hopefully girls, you have understood it. Now coming to the practice of the tenses that we have done. Now let's do it. लाहौर एक पुराना और तारीखी शहर है. पुराना is, what does पुराना mean? Can you tell me कि what will be the English of पुराना? That is old, right? Old. And what is तारीखी? Historical. What is तारीखी? Historical, right? Lahore is an old and historical city. Hopefully girls, you will be having a notebook and a pencil in your hand so that you can write down this translation in your notebooks. Lahore is an old and historical city, right? ये दरियाए रावी के किनारे पर वाक़या है. It stands on the bank of river Ravi. Stands, situated, right? Stands, situated, situated. Situated. You can use multiple words, like stands can be used for वाक़या होना, and situated can also be used. ये सूबा पंजाब का दारुल हुकूमत है. दारुल हुकूमत मीन कैपिटल, and सूबा पंजाब मीन province Punjab. It is the capital of the province the Punjab, and you can also use that it is the provincial capital of Punjab, right? इस शहर में बहुत सी तारीख़ी इमारतें हैं. There are many historical buildings in this city. आप ये भी कर सकती हैं. You can have the other option. This city abides with, this city has a lot of historical buildings in it, or there are many historical buildings in the city, right? बादशाही मस्जिद दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी मस्जिदों में से एक है. बादशाही मस्जिद इज़ वन ऑफ द ग्रेट मॉस्क ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. You can also say बादशाही मस्जिद इज़ वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट मॉस्क ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. वाई? दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी मसाजिद है ना, तो वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट मॉस्क ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. शाही मस्जिद के पास ही इलामा इकबाल का मज़ार है. The tomb of Allama Iqbal is also situated near Shahi Masjid, right? The tomb of Mizar means tomb. Mizar mean tomb. Shahi Masjid, that Shahi Masjid. पास ही, near to. इकबाल ने हम सबको पाकिस्तान का तस्वर दिया. Allama Iqbal gave us the concept of Pakistan. You can use concept, you can use idea, whatever you like it. करारदाद पाकिस्तान लाहौर ही में मंजूर की गई थी. करारदाद पाकिस्तान, that is resolution of Pakistan. What is this? That resolution. Resolution of Pakistan was passed in लाहौर. मीनार पाकिस्तान उसी करारदाद की याद में तामीर किया गया. तामीर किया गया मीन्स बिल्ट, एंड याद में मीन्स मेमोरियल. याद में का मतलब मेमोरियल, MEMORIAL. ORIAL, राइट। मीनार पाकिस्तान उसी की करारदाद की याद में तामीर किया गया। मीनार पाकिस्तान वॉज बिल्ट एज अ मेमोरियल टू दिस रेजोल्यूशन। आगे ये इकबाल पार्क में तामीर किया गया। इट वॉज बिल्ड इन द इकबाल पार्क एंड इट मीन्स मीनार पाकिस्तान was built in the Iqbal Park. Hopefully you have written this on your notebook. Now coming to the next slide, that is your assignment. This is अनारकली लाहौर का मशरूफ़ तरीन बाज़ार है। ये हमेशा लोगों से भरा रहता है। दुकानें रात गए तक खुली रहती हैं। आप यहाँ तकरीबन हर किस्म की चीज़ ख़रीद सकते हैं। कुछ लोग यहाँ से अशिया ख़रीदने आते हैं, लेकिन बहुत से लोग सिर्फ़ सैर व तफरीह के लिए आते हैं। अनारकली में बहुत से फेरी वाले भी होते हैं। वो बटन, फ़ीते, सुइयाँ, क्लिप और इस किस्म की दूसरी अशिया बेचते हैं। कुछ जेब तराश भी अनारकली में आते हैं। अगर आप अनारकली जाएं तो इन जेब तराशों से होशियार रहें। Now girls, this is the paragraph that you people have to do. I will mark few difficult words for you. I will translate some of the difficult words for you so that you can easily translate it in your notebooks or in your rough registers, so that you will have a practice of the given lecture. मसरूफ़ तरीन mean busiest. मसरूफ़ तरीन is busiest. Sorry. मसरूफ़ तरीन is मसरूफ़ तरीन मसरूफ़ तरीन मीन बिज़ीएस्ट। ये हमेशा लोगों से भरा रहता है। भरा रहना, दैट इज़ थ्रोन्ड, THRONGED, थ्रोन्ड। दुकानें रात गए तक खुली रहती हैं। यस, शॉप्स रिमेन ओपन, राइट। आप यहाँ से तकरीबन हर किस्म की चीज़ें ख़रीद सकते हैं। चीज़ें, आइटम्स। कुछ लोग यहाँ अशिया ख़रीदने आते हैं, टू बाय थिंग्स, लेकिन ज़्यादातर लोग सिर्फ सैर व तफरीह के लिए आते हैं। सैर व तफरीह कैन बी फ़न, इंजॉयमेंट। देन अनारकली में बहुत से फेरी वाले भी होते हैं। फेरी वाले, वेंडर्स। वो बटन, फ़ीते, सुइयाँ, क्लिप, दैट इज़ बटन, लेसेस, नीडल्स, क्लिप्स और इस तरह की दूसरी अशिया बेचते हैं। कुछ जेब तराश, जेब तराश को क्या कहते हैं? पिक पॉकेट्स, राइट। PICK, पिक, POCKET एज पॉकेट्स, ठीक है। एंड देन अगर आप अनारकली जाएं तो इन जेब तराशों से होशियार रहें। होशियार मीन्स बी अवेयर, राइट। गर्ल्स, दिस इज़ योर टॉपिक फॉर टुडे. होपफुली you understood it. Now you have to translate this paragraph and write it in your notebooks. You can send me its image on my personal inbox or in the group. Inshallah Taala I will check it. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.